The north side can be considered a lot of things to a lot of people. From the wheelers and dealers, to the athletes, to the aspirational people, to the killers, to the crackheads, to everybody, right? The mothers and kids. It could be considered a lot of things. It could be considered safe, a place of familiarity, dangerous. But one thing it's considered to me is home. From the Hostess Bakery smells at 7 o'clock in the evening every day, to playing Matthew Dickey, or playing at Matthew Dickey, to arguing with people from Herbert Hoover. You feel me? But that's what made us. And ever since that tornado, it feels like they trying to forget about us. So these films or these videos are here to give y'all a glimpse into the people that are born, bred, and still live here. So as I sit on the porch of the house that I grew up in, and I almost was born in, except for it's right across the street, I bring to you, this is the North.
All right, so yeah, I'm born and raised in St. Louis City. I'm proud of my city, through and through. My life's work has been to make sure that I make an impact on changing the city for the better, so that it can also have the same type of impact on someone else like it did on me growing up. I know that we talk about dividing up our city in different sections. So when we talk about a west side and a north side, technically I guess I would be from the west side, but I'm not one of those type to continue to divide us up, because those on the west side was having the same issues that the ones on the north side is having. So even though I grew up, probably up until around the age of 18, on a Goodfellow and Natural Bridge, right behind Goody Goody, I went to school in the Walnut Park area, and getting my own first place, I lived in North St. Louis most of my time. I currently am a resident of the Ville area, and I'm always trying to do something for the St. Louis city as a whole, but I definitely try to make sure that I make a difference in the area that I live in, which is right around the Sumner, Homer G. Phillips area. This city has shown me a lot of different things. It's been one of my best teachers. I'm proud to be from here. I know that there are some real issues that need to be addressed, but I'm also very hopeful because I see a lot of promise based upon the people that I work with, the youngsters that I see, and the change that I believe that can happen. When it comes to where I grew up, there were a lot of historical places that still have an impact on me. Things that I'm proud of, things that I want to make sure that I represent at all times. Homer G. Phillips is one of those things. Aiding Alone is one of those things. Sumner High School is one of those things. There are tons of other historical areas within our city that I always try to uplift whenever I'm in front of someone, so that no one is just hearing about the negativity that comes from my city. I drive through the city and I see a lot of different places now. I see Sarah Lou's and it's not what it was, for sure. I see a lot of places that are torn down like that. But even in me driving by and seeing the Vacos and things, I try to use my rose-colored glasses to see not just what once was, but the possibilities of what a lot of the things can be. So when this tornado hit, I couldn't believe that I could actually see my city in more devastation than what it was, but I actually did. And not only did it break some of my spirit, it actually impacted some of my dreams. Because as I thought so many of these places were on the verge of changing, now I'm looking at our city in a way that I'm wondering how it is that we are going to recover. which is hard to say because I always want to believe that we can do for ourselves. But this is a situation that I know we need some assistance with. And this is also a situation I don't believe that we're getting the proper assistance to help us to recover. I actually know someone who lived in a city that was impacted by a tornado. And that friend told me it took them probably almost 7 years to get back on track. And that was a rural area. I don't know what that's going to do when it comes to how we as a North St. Louis are going to recover from that. I just don't see the proper respect. I don't see the proper effort. I don't even see the proper understanding of what the differences are when it comes to North St. Louis and a Central West End or a Clayton. I'm sorry for the damage that all of us had to endure, but the struggle in North St. Louis is one that we have to continue to see on a daily basis and wonder, when will we get the same help? When will this start to look different for us so that we can try to start to heal from the loss that we've had from moving, from schools, from losing precious items in our households, from losing our security and where it is that we're going to stay or lay our head for the next couple of nights. The city is in turmoil in so many different ways, and I really wish that we would have an opportunity to be able to sit down with the so-called powers that be and be able to find some common ground that we can actually start building on and stop wasting so much time on the items that divide us. If there's an opportunity for us to be able to sit down and have a conversation, I think it's time to start identifying what worth really looks like when it comes to different areas. It's not just about the financial aspect of things, but it's about a history in St. Louis. I know some of us want to kind of forget some of it, but a lot of us can't. And I don't think that it's fair for our older residents to feel like they've been wiped off the map as we continue to grow, because our history is what makes us.
So, if you had that place, because I know you said some things, but I want you to drive the point home. If you had the room and the ear of all of these lawmakers and all of these decision makers of the city, what would you want to tell them?
I know there are tons of probably financial things that they'll always say that I don't understand or don't know about, but I do understand my community. I do understand the problems that are within our community. I do believe that the problems that we have are not so far out of reach that we can't address some of them. Sometimes we have to identify some of the smaller ones that will actually begin to snowball in other areas. I know the problem in housing in our area, but I also know that there are other ways that we can try to address our housing as well. I also know that if we were able to start turning our communities into something that it used to be, when we used to have car manufacturers in the heart of our city, when we used to have other big industries that were inside our cities. I think we have other ways that we can try to rebuild our city in a way that is not just known for its crime. We have a lot of prideful people here. We have a lot of great people that have come from St. Louis. And I'm sad to say that a lot of times we lose a lot of these people just because we just don't invest in the right people. I want to be able to help those that are in need, but we also have to show those that want to help a way that they can elevate their ideas also. Our city is really divided. The Delmore Divide is not something of the past. It still exists. And when I think about how it is that we as a people, as a community, we're not just going away. So to be able to receive the proper help that we need in order for us to rebuild is something that I'm working for on a daily basis. I want to be able to rebuild our communities from the inside out. I want for community health workers to be able to stand up and be able to show some of their intellectual ideas and show that change can actually happen. We've been a part of a lot of programs that have shown the probability being very high of being successful, only for other agencies or organizations to come in and try to make it what it looked like before. In order for us to do something different, we have to start doing something different. And that's leaning more on the people who are actually inside the communities and not those that are just writing the checks for.
What's the word, y'all? I ain't went live in a couple days, just letting you know we still out here. Got my buddy here. But we still out trying to help the community. I'll show y'all the progress of everything.
We're still trying to help and give food to everyone. And I'm literally praying for the people that got hurt and didn't.
Yeah, there you go.
And so they will live a longer life.
Yeah, what she said.